Hey everyone, I'm Ryan, you're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video, I have a fresh stack of Flamma pedals to go through. I have the Modulation, I have their cab sim box, and I have their looper and drum pedal. The cab and the looper are going to be difficult to demo. So we'll start out with the Modulation and see where things go. The cab sim. How am I going to do that? Because I usually record through amps. There is the Modulation. Got the guide on the sides. Wow. All right, so I want to start out with just the Modulation running into my 2 Princeton's rig. I'm going to be using my Yamaha Revstar, which I am running through my pedal board on the floor down here so I can have drives before the Modulation if I want to. We'll see if I actually ever get around to that. On the face of the pedal, we have rate, type, depth, control 1 and control 2. Over here, we have the list of the type and the list of what control 2 does, which means on this side, okay, they split up the list. You've got type and control 1 over here. I don't know how I feel about that. The graphic designer in me is bothered by that because I want to be able to look at one list on one side and get all the information instead of having to go back and forth for control 1 and control 2. Does that bother anyone else? Or is that a me problem? So let's keep moving. Let's get into it. You've got chorus, flanger, tremolo, phase, vibrato, rotary, liquid, Ottawa, stutter, ring, and low bit. We'll start out on the first setting because of course. This is chorus. I don't know if it's a stereo chorus. I don't know anything about it, but here we go. Control 2 is tone. And control 1 is mix. Look, it's fast. Try that with some drive from the Wampler Bell. It sounds like chorus. Try the next effect. Flanger. In room, I can't really tell if any of these are doing a stereo effect or if it's just stereo through if you want it to be. Let me know. I mean, I'll be able to tell in post. Editing Ryan, let me know. Does this sound stereo to you? Control 2 is feedback. Control 1 is mix. The output from this is much stiffer than the chorus. I'm seeing it bump quite a few decibels higher than the chorus did. Yeah, that flanger is almost on the edge of catching the limiter on my recorder. Who doesn't love a nice slow jet flanger? Moving on, number 3, tremolo. So tone control on control 2. Interesting to have tone control on a trem. Duty on control 1. I'm assuming that means shape. What does duty mean? Like it turns into a square wave, and then beyond there, it speeds up. What is that? That's unique. That's hitting it with fuzz. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I don't hate it. Seems to work. It sounds round and smooth enough for me that I'd have no problem using that. I wish it had a volume control. I always like to have a volume control on my tremolos. So, I mean, maybe ditch the tone control and give us a volume control instead. Flamma, however you pronounce it. Next up is phase. We've got tone control, I think. Yeah, tone control on control 2. And mix control on control 1. good sounding phaser. I like that it doesn't do the hard shelf like hiccup thing that happens on the top end of a lot of phasers. It's smooth. I like a smooth phaser. Yeah, not bad. Gotta keep moving on because we've got two other pedals to cover here. Vibrato. Got tone on control 2 and mix on control 1. That seems to be the standard for most of them, mix and tone. I guess plenty wacky, not out of control wacky. That's pretty. So far, the trem, the phaser, and the vibrato are settings I could definitely see myself using. I like the feel of that vibe. It's got a nice vibe on that vibe. Next up is rotary, which is tone and mix, of course. Why do I keep checking? I don't want to miss anything, right? Will this one be stereo? It feels like it has a stereo width. It's sometimes hard to tell here in the room with the amps kind of close together. But in post, across stereo monitors, I'll be able to hear if it's stereo or not. And I'll be able to look at the waveform too. It's pretty, that's for sure. Yeah, I'd say that's stereo. It's swirling around me. Not bad. Next up is liquid. No idea what that means. Maybe another chorus, a liquid chorus. Oh! Something step filtery. Am I gonna end up using this? Is this gonna be a pedal on my board? I love glitchy step filtery stuff. Mix and tone, mix and tone. It's fun to stack something like this before a delay and get those glitchy things like cascading. It's a pretty unique effect. You know if you want that sound or not. Pulsing in this fun rhythmic way. All right, on to the next thing. Ottawa. I'm assuming it means that the wah is going at a continuous speed. It's not an envelope filter. Tone and mix, of course. Can this do tap tempo? I don't think so. Let's go really slow. I'm not a big fan of Ottawa. I'm more of an envelope filter guy. But on a slower setting, I can see myself using that. Stutter is the next one. What secrets does a stutter setting hold for us? Duty and tone. Someone tell me what duty does. I can hear that it's changing what's happening. It's like a really sharp, hard square wave trem on there. It's so abrupt that there's like a click happening. With a duty all the way up, it seems to pass the signal, but there's like a rhythmic click in there. Weird. ring modulator. There it is. That's a ring modulator. Sounds like an old telephone. We've got tone and pitch. I can't remember the last time I heard a song with ring modulator in it. Name a song in the comments that has ring modulator. Bonus points if it came out in the last decade. And even more bonus points if it was on the radio or something like that. Moving on to the last setting. Low bit. Control 2 is bit rate. You can hear it's just destroying the signal. Turn it up. And it is smooth on Control 1. What does that mean? Atari sounds, I like it. Is this a good video? There's a lot of versatility there, and I think everyone's gonna be able to find, their own unique setting that's gonna work with their own, their own rig, their own mix, whatever song you're trying to record, some sort of pop song, some sort of, like metal song or jazz song. It's gonna work perfect for that. Let's give a quick look at the looper. I have a feeling I'm already pretty familiar with how this works because it seems to be a similar layout to the Donner circle looper that I've been using for a long time. The knobs and the lights are in different positions, but yeah, it's very similar. Here is the circle looper. It is a different case. It is smaller than the Donner, but it has the same kind of rubber thing here. It's got two knobs, it has three lights, it has 2 foot switches. They're just in different locations. And it has stereo through and expression control, all of which are just in slightly different locations. So I'm honestly expecting it to be the same sort of thing here. Maybe it'll have different drum samples on it or something. Yeah, and you click the knobs just like the Donner. So you have level control over your loop. Fade out, same thing as the Donner. Fade out does this. When you stop, it slowly fades out over time. So I'll set that to be lower. 3 seconds, how about that? There we go. And then rhythm. Take the volume down a bit. Piece per minute. I honestly really like this format. I've loved the Donner since I got it. It's slightly smaller, slightly different loadout. I think all the same beats are there. It all looks very familiar to me. Maybe there's more, maybe there's less. I'd have to go through and do a comparison, but it seems very familiar to me. But pop, rock, metal, disco, funk, blues, hip hop, jazz, Latin, fusion, metronome. There you go. And something that's really fun about this is that you can sync the drums to the looper, and so the drum beat will kind of like dictate where the loop begins and ends and makes it really seamless. Let's hold down and clear that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, and you've got all kinds of presets to save your loops in. Stuff like this it's a great like sketch pad for writing songs and stuff. When I had a band that was active, I wrote all my songs on a looper and I'd bring it to practice and be like, hey, here's the parts I've been working out. I'd lay down a rhythm part or like a little drum part like that and riff over it, and then the band would hear kind of what was in my head and be able to play off of that. So yeah, loopers, I cannot recommend loopers enough to the guitarist out there that is trying to figure out lead parts and trying to write songs and stuff like that, or even just jam for fun. And honestly, I think the audio quality of the drums in this, and honestly I think it's the same in this, is pretty dang decent. I think they sound really fun and they're a lot of fun to jam around with. It's not gonna like change the beat at all while you're playing. Like, you're not gonna be able to do parts very easily. Maybe you can with the expression control. I've never messed with that, but I'm a big fan of this product and this format. Even though I know this is a port over from the Donner, you know, that happens with, you know, these style of pedals that come in, imported from other places. You see a lot of that going on. You know what I mean, right? It's not a diss, it's just the truth. All right, now this thing. I'm gonna need to do a different rig for this. I have a couple other Flamma pedals here, Flamma on, that might help show this thing off. I've got the preamp, which I'm assuming is, you know, supposed to go along with the cab simulator. And then I've got a stereo delay and a stereo reverb. Let's try doing the reverb before the cab, and let's ditch the reverb. We'll keep it simple with just the delay. I think I've got it figured out. I'm running direct into my recorder. out of the delay, I decided to bring in the modulation as well, since it's new and there's some fun sounds on there. Let's turn on the preamp and find an amp sound that we like, and then we'll start going through the cab, and then I'll start getting creative, throwing other things in there. So red means it's the high gain settings. You hold it down and then you can toggle to blue for low gain. I kind of want to do the higher gain. Not bad. All right, let's turn on the cab. I did read the manual, the PDF manual, a little bit before unboxing this, so I do know that you can assign a different cab sim to each side of the stereo mix. We'll see if I can figure that out. There's no guide on the side, so I don't know what each setting does. I'm hearing the blue setting change in my left ear. Yeah, so red is right and blue is left. Do rotary, because we know that's stereo. I don't know what latency does. Maybe latency between the two sides? That's what it sounds like. Then you've got low cut. High cut. Doesn't sound bad to me. Let's try a low gain sound. Can I change this to do just one sound at a time? Oh, it's going through presets now. Okay, I'll assume that the presets are set to mono. Yeah, it sounds like mono. That doesn't sound bad. A voxy sound right there. Now we have a stereo setting with that latency up, giving it kind of a hollow modulated sound. Oh, even more there. guys think? It seems to do the thing. I think all these sound pretty decent together, running direct in. I'll have to hear how that sounds in post. You know, through the headphones, through the recorder, I'm also hearing the mic pick up all my like little plinky playing things here. So it's a little bit odd to hear in the headphones right now. But it all sounds really solid to me. It sounds warm. Sounds like it's doing the thing it's supposed to do. I know that the cab sim allows you to load your own cab sims if you want, your own impulse responses and whatnot. Go read the PDF manual. I'll have a link down below to Flamma so you can check that out. But yeah, between these 3 new ones here, I think they're all winners. I think there's plenty to like there. I mean, I'm very familiar with this. I like this a lot. I can recommend this a lot as a looper for anyone that wants to loop and experiment with building, you know, rhythm parts and lead parts, and even just have, you know, like drum parts to jam around with, or store your little riffs and noodles and stuff like that. It's a great thing to have. Like I said, I've been using the Donner for years now, and it's never let me down. So I'm sure that this is going to do the same thing. The modulation has plenty to work with. I'm not in love with the chorus on it, but it's functional. I don't really use Flanger or Flanger, however you pronounce it, or don't pronounce it at all. But a lot of the rest I was into. The vibe, the rotary, the phaser was good, the tremolo was good. There's plenty there. And then you got presets that you can store and whatnot. The cab sim, it does it. It's hard to judge here in the moment, but it's doing the thing. And it can do a bunch of other stuff by loading your own IRs on there and whatnot. Stereo mixing impulse responses is pretty cool. Being able to have one on one side and one on the other. I think that's functionally a lot of fun. That's how I like to record when I'm recording, say with like the Line 6 HX Stomp or something like that. I like to have different cabs and mic settings on each side of a stereo mix to give me options in post. So it's not just about like a live sound or a playing sound. It's about having options after you record something. Like maybe this cab would be better, maybe that cab would be better, and you can decide later, sort of thing. Have like a safety net if you're recording yourself direct. Yeah, what do you guys think? I'm looking forward to reading the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Flamma for sending me out these pedals. And you know what? Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. Support us on Patreon, buy a shirt if you're naked, and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.